Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Sagittarius in mid-March 2021. What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. I don't know why I got all creepy with you guys for a second. Anyway, wherever you are in the world right now, Sag, I hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and secure. Make good choices. Take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. Extend some of that goodness to people that you don't know so well. Raises the vibration of the collective. Also puts in some good karma for you in general. And that's, just where we can, I encourage everybody to make those good choices and be kind and lovely towards others, okay? If you can't do that, I totally get that too. Or if you're not in the mood, I get it. Anyway, Sag, no announcements here in March, or mid-March, I should say. So let's go ahead and get into the regular opening. Anything you want, it's in the description box, timestamps down there. Information on how to book a personal reading is down there as well. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, guess what? There's a link in the description box, all right? All that good stuff is right below. Now, Sag, let's see what's going on for you. Let's find a story. Let's get some pertinent and poignant information out here for you for Sagittarius, mid-March 2021. Okay. That's more than one. All right. I think we're keeping those together. Okay, thank you. Another one. That has been coming out. What's up? Both? I might take both. Yes, okay. Alright, Sag, get 5 to start. Aren't you special? Alright, so together these came out. That's the Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. In the middle, Tower, secondary major for Aries as well as sometimes Scorpio. And on the end, Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So for some of you, there's a disruption surrounding money, issues surrounding resources, time, energy, effort, something of value in your life. Could be hotly contested is the word they're giving me, or the idea that they're giving me, like someone might be fighting you over money, property, things of value, things that are important to you or them. And it's a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight. On either side, there's sharp words, actions. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. There's people saying and doing things that they feel they're within their right to say or do. You could be dealing with a person who's slow to show up to the situation and solve it, or show up or release. Or you could be waiting for the delivery of something, because knights can be messengers. So you could be waiting on information, certain papers, documents, or straight up cash. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ace, new money, new opportunity, new resources, new chance, something like that. And it's being held in the center of a hand, right? So, Sag, I don't know what side of the issue you're on. These could be seen as 2 distinct sides, but I think it's like all swirled in here together, because the Tower is the meeting point. And as you can see in the Tower, not only do we have the woman who's crying and in distress below in the rain, we've got a couple of figures falling from the Tower as lightning strikes it, yeah? So a lot of people are in this mess of a situation. A lot of people are distraught or frustrated or sad or angry or whatever. Lots of different emotions and perspectives swirling around here. Period. Okay? So I say that to say I don't know where you are. Regardless, the Tower, I think, is they're giving me this idea of separating energy, separating energy or moment. So some of you, this is possibly about a divorce or some type of separation between you and your romantic partner, your committed partner. Could be a separation within a business, separation within a family, separation within, in terms of property. Maybe you or someone else is divvying up resources, divvying up property lines, something like that. Regardless of what the situation is, it's all a headache. It's all a nightmare. And I think even though you or other people might want to be out of it, Eight of Swords, the perspective is that you can't get out of it. Now, the Eight of Swords, I don't want to put too much emphasis on this because in totality, it's very hard to get out of this. But I want you to know that the innate understanding, the innate definition, or interpretation, I should say, of the Eight of Swords is that we are not actually trapped. Because if you look at it, the artwork on this card, we would presume that if she was really trapped, if she really had no way to get out, all of those swords would be encircling her, but they're not. They're all standing in front of her, presumably in a straight line. So where she feels like, oh, I can't move forward, sure you can. All you got to do is take a step back or take a step to the left or the right, and you will be able to get around those swords. So I say that not to say your solution is easy, not to say all it is a matter of, it's just a jump to the left. or something like that. No, it's to say your perspective perhaps is what is withholding you in the situation, is you're not seeing the other ways or the opportunities to get out, or someone else is. If it's not you, Sagittarius, is someone that you're dealing with, okay? Anything else? This, again, is like affecting multiple people. It's not just you, and it's not just you and one other person. It's like, even if you are the center of it, or you plus one other person is like the central players in the situation, it's very much a reverberating tower moment that is happening now, happened recently, or will be upcoming. Like, this isn't, for many of you, something that happened a long time ago. For some of you, it could be. Excuse me. But in most of your cases, it's around now. So beginning of 2021, maybe even, 2 days ago, or, it's 2 days from now. I don't know. But there's something very like immediate, like now that's happening. But it's also a long time coming, is what they want me to say. So even if everything's falling to pieces now, it has been something that you or other people kind of had in the back of your mind, like, this is probably going to take a turn for the worse, or this is not going to work out in the long run. There's like some knowingness that you or someone else had, or you had like a sneaking suspicion. You get me? Anything else? Oh, right. And so again, it could be centrally focused on you, or you plus one other person. But again, it like reverberates out. So if this is you in your personal life, it's going to affect your family as well. If there's something that you're fighting for or against, your family is also in the peripheral, and they're involved in whatever happens, whatever the fallout is. Okay. Anything else? Knight of Pentacles. Let me see if there's anything else with this Knight of Pentacles character. Who is that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know that the identity of the person is important, because for some of you, that's you, or it's a friend of yours, or it's, your best friend, your colleague, your mother, your brother. I don't know. I think this person, this character, whoever it is, it could be one person or a collective of people, or it could be shared energy amongst a few people. There is a strong emphasis on communication coming from the Eight of Wands, or taking certain decisive action. But the Knight of Pentacles is slow to do that, is reluctant to do that, doesn't do so without everything being in its proper place. So there is sort of like this conflict within the person themselves, or the conflict in the situation, which is someone needs or wants something to happen right now, and another person says, I can't do that, or the situation won't allow me to, or I simply to screw over your desire of now, and let's fix it, let's work on this, let's move this along. The Knight of Pentacles might, to a certain degree, purposely drag their heels. Okay. Wow. I don't need to clarify anything, because number one, it's too many stories for me to really want to know too much more. And I think the Tower is, okay, let me at least give you a little bit more on the Tower if you're unfamiliar. Tower doesn't have to be a huge explosive moment, much like the card depicts, like lightning striking a building. It very literally could be that, but it can be something very simple as like a conversation. It could be, you know, an email that's sent, some type of communication that is very passive, but has huge, again, like ripple effects, like reverberating effects, okay? Also, the Tower, like I said, doesn't have to even hit. It doesn't have to be created in the now. For some of you, this has been lingering, or it's been building up to this crescendo type of a moment, or this, I guess, whatever the opposite of crescendo is. To build is to crumble. So it was like steadily going down, and then it finally hits like, you know, ground zero, and it's like, okay, this is where we bottom out, and this is where we, you know, level the playing field and clear things out, get a clean slate, and then we move on from here. So there is, for some of you, it's not even a shock that the Tower has hit. It's more of like, oh, it's hit. Oh, it's now. Okay, here we go. Okay, now that it's happening, now we can get about the business of progression. But again, it's a slow developing progression. Okay. So let's get further information in the situation for Sagittarius, please. What else is going on here for Sagittarius? Give me more information for them regarding the situation, please. Strength. Major arcana for Leo could be dealing with, but you don't have to be. Twice for Leo. Sun. Anything else? Ooh, yeah. Brighter day is what that feels like, but let's see. Oh, yes, brighter day. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So double Leo. You could have Leo strongly in your chart. You could be connecting with a Leo since it came out 2 cards, especially in succession with one another, back to back like that. So strength in the Sun. Again, don't hold on to that too strongly. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. And then the 9 of Swords in the reverse. So brighter days. Listen, I don't want to paint this with like sparkles and rainbows and sunshine and act like whatever is going on in that tap line is the easiest thing that you've ever done in your life, or the easiest event or situation that you've lived through. Probably this has been hell on earth for many of you Sagittariuses. But on the other side of it, throughout the passage of time, you're going to regain strength. You're going to come to some sense of peace, possibly a good release point. For some of you, it might involve mourning a loss of some type. And once that mourning, not to say that mourning has an end point, many times when we lose something or someone important to us in whatever form or fashion, I'm not just talking about death, sometimes we never get over it truly, or we never have full closure. But if we go through, you know, what is that, the stages of grief, and if we go through our period of mourning and we're aware, there is sort of like this ability to navigate and work with it as it continually will live with us. Do you get what I mean? So if you've lost a person, again, it doesn't have to be through death, but if it is, let's just say that for the sake of the conversation, yes? If you've lost someone, you will now live the rest of your life without them, right? And you'll never forget who they are and who they were to you and all that stuff. But you're going to be able, this combination of cards is giving me this idea of sort of appreciating what was there and how you guys were together, like loving the good, not really loving the bad, but then having sort of a balanced perspective going forward. And that's kind of your bag, Sagittarius. Your card in the tarot, or one of your cards in the tarot, is the Temperance card. You are opposite to Gemini, and so any sign that you're opposite, excuse me, let me say this again. Our opposite signs house a lot of the things that we can do, but it's like on the subterranean level. So if Gemini is a sign that does look for perspective and does look for duality, like seeing the good and the bad, or living in the good and living in the bad and experiencing those polarities, you too can do that, but you would do it on a subterranean level. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm seeing here is somebody who is not going to be eternally hurt by whatever this is in the top row. It might be a loss. It might be something very dark and awful in your life. It might be something that has been a long, continuous struggle for you, your friends, your family, whoever. And once it's gone, it's not to say you forget it. yeah, Leo energy, that archetype of Leo being here, does never forgets, but is willing to forgive. I gotta tell you, speaking from experience, okay? So there is some retention and awareness of what we've gone through, but we're not going to be plagued by it. Nine of Swords in reverse, not going to be plagued by it. Strength plus the Sun. We're going to triumph over this loss, even if it was a loss that we incurred. Because again, it doesn't have to be about loss of a person. It doesn't have to be about that. We could be talking about finances. 2 cards of Pentacles up here. Could be talking about possibly the loss of a relationship. 8 of Swords that maybe you felt tied to. Maybe you felt stuck in. Friendship, lover relationship, family relationship, whatever. It doesn't have to be so dark and dreary like I was talking a moment ago about someone passing away. But we're not going to ruminate about it forever. At some point, we're going to get over it. Now, when this happens, I don't know. You know, that's up for you. That's specific to your path, your life journey, okay? But I do see, you know, for lack of a better phrase, light at the end of this tunnel. You know? It might involve a lot of self-reflection. I do get the sense of the Strength card. It's sort of like she's looking at herself in a mirror. So there might need to be, you know, a lot of awareness of self, honesty with self. And the thing about the Strength card is the traditional depiction shows a woman wrestling and opening, prying up the mouth of a lion, right? That's a very bold and brave move for somebody to do who isn't, you know, a freaking circus performer, right? And again, circus performers shouldn't do that because, you know, the circus is bad. In general. Very, very generally speaking, the circus is bad. Extremely bad. Anyway, so this idea of the lion's mouth being opened and fiddled with by just a woman in a dress on the traditional card, and both of these cards is just a woman. She doesn't look like she's, you know, a lion tamer by any means, but it's like in your regular status, your regular self, you know, no bells, no whistles, no frills, no performance. Like the raw you, Sagittarius, is conquering something, conquering fear, conquering or getting over the fallout of whatever this tower moment is that we talked about at the beginning of the reading. Yeah. So, I mean, this is really light at the end of the tunnel. You know, this too shall pass type energy. Let's get you some advice and then we're going to end the reading, okay? And I've noticed that. I think you're like the 5th reading I've done for the mids so far. And I feel like not a lot of specific stories are coming through. It's like super general for general readings. I don't know why I'm mentioning this to you. Maybe some of you were looking for like greater detail, but I don't think I can provide it because it's not shown up here. Anyway, let's get some advice in this situation for Sagittarius, and then we're going to wrap up. General advice in this situation for Sagittarius, please show me. Advice for Sagittarius in this situation, please show me. Oh. Three cards. No. They're saying no, but I'm going to show you what they are. If these things mean anything to you intuitively, take it. I'm not going to interpret. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, maybe I will interpret a little bit. You might be going from a situation where your life was a little bit out of sorts. You might have been overexpending your energy with friends and family members, possibly drowning yourself in your sorrows or in some type of libations, right? 3 of Wands, moving on from that, breaking free in some senses, or making a plan for yourself, and then living, not large, but living within your means, something like that for a few of you. But that's not what we're going to roll with for your advice. If that means anything to you, Sagittarius, take it. If not, don't worry about it. Advice for Sag in this situation, show me. Nothing flipped? No. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So do not fear. Do not be in distraught or distress. Do not be distraught. Five of Pentacles. There is, for now, for you or someone else, Sagittarius, or everybody involved, I'm not sure who, there is going to be this feeling of, oh my God, what have I done? What have I lost? Where am I? You know, disoriented kind of feeling. The feeling like, oh, I don't know how to proceed forward and I can't go back where I came from. And it's just like feeling lost and feeling adrift and feeling possibly in some cases left out to dry or left out in the cold, right? Fear not. Five of Pentacles. There is some type of help nearby, possibly very literally in your vicinity, in your proximity. Sagittarius, there could be physically somewhere around you, people, places, opportunities, events, whatever, that will help you along and get you back on track after feeling so lost. Or this is signaling that you have to be, like I said before, take into account where you've been, but not drowning in your sorrows with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So take account, take stock of where you've been. Take a moment, take a time out if you can afford to. I don't want to say relax, but what do you call that? Reflect. Thank you. Reflect. I'm also, for some reason, getting this idea of like studying something. So maybe some of you just need to read up on some stuff, become better acquainted with certain literature on a particular subject or a particular... Oh, okay. For some of you, maybe this is like a physical thing. Like maybe you get a diagnosis and you're a little afraid that it's the end of the road or something. And I'm no doctor. I'm not diagnosing anybody because I cannot. But there might be sort of this immediate like, oh, I don't know what to do. And like you're really scared and you feel like you have no recourse. You have no solution possible. But if you study, if you read, there is a solution or something that can help you very close by. So maybe hit up your local library, do a little bit of Googling, something like that. But that's only for a few of you. And again, it's not a diagnosis. Always consult your doctors. Always consult a true medical professional. Okay? Sagittarius, that is your reading for mid-March. If you like this reading, hit the like button for me. I would appreciate that. Make sure you leave a comment. Well, you don't have to make sure. If you would like to leave a comment, feel free to do so. But do make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, okay? Sag, I'll be back soon with your April readings. If you want to get at me in the meantime for a personal, check in the description box below on how to do so, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care.